This is Top 30. Coming up, we have tips for keeping your pets safe on Halloween. This tiny house is powered by coffee. And Paul McCartney gave this dancer the opportunity of a lifetime.
To spend some special time without an interruption.
Welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know right now. A new report gives almost every major burger chain a failing grade because of drugs in their beef. 25 top U.S. burger chains were graded by several consumer and environmental groups, including Consumer Reports and the Natural Resources Defense Council. 22 of them got an F. Those restaurants sell beef that was raised with antibiotics. Just 2 chains got an A, Shake Shack and BurgerFi. Wendy's got a D- because one of its suppliers cut the use of one antibiotic. In a statement, McDonald's said it's developing a new drug policy for beef that will roll out this year. In-N-Out Burger says it's exploring ways to reduce the use of beef raised on antibiotics. The report notes that Fuddruckers, Steak and Shake, and Farmer Boys all give customers the option to order burgers made with drug-free beef. Last year, Burger King's parent company announced a plan to cut antibiotics from its chicken supply, but didn't mention beef. Other restaurants that failed include Sonic, White Castle, Five Guys, and Jack in the Box. Some meat producers argue that giving the drugs to animals who aren't sick can prevent illness, and that treating an outbreak on a farm would mean giving even more drugs. But health experts say overusing antibiotics in livestock leads to more bacteria that can resist those drugs, putting humans in danger. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says 2 million people a year get infections that are resistant to antibiotics. At least 23,000 of them die. The report urges restaurants and lawmakers to restrict the use of the drugs. Now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Susan Lee. Susan, Facebook has an update on the recent hack of 30 million accounts.
Yeah, that's right, Kristen. Facebook believes that it knows who's actually behind the biggest security breach in its history. According to the Wall Street Journal, Facebook believes it was spammers looking to use deceptive advertising to make profits. The company's security doesn't believe that the spammers were affiliated with any nation state. Apple users can now download a copy of all of their data stored within the company from a single portal. So users in the U.S. can now download everything from their address book contacts to details about Apple product repairs. The functionality was rolled out in Europe earlier this year. And you can add buffalo wings to the list of things you can find in pumpkin spice flavoring. Yes, Buffalo Wild Wings has released a new limited edition pumpkin ale sauce, which is made with pumpkin spice and barbecue seasoning. The sauce will be available through October.
What's been the reaction to the sauce online?
Well, the reaction on social media has been decidedly mixed so far. While some Twitter users are excited about this new sauce, others are tweeting, "Enough is enough."
It sounds like something you either love or hate. Thanks, Susan. Okay, let's talk about pet safety now. It often goes overlooked on Halloween, but the spooky holiday can hide some real dangers for your furry friends. Of course, one of the biggest dangers comes from the Halloween candy, since both chocolate and raisins are extremely toxic to dogs. So tip number 1, keep your Halloween candy somewhere out of reach from your pets. Experts also recommend keeping your pets indoors on Halloween night, where they're safe from any injuries or unwanted teasing from trick-or-treaters. And make sure your pets have proper ID and are microchipped. The door will be constantly opening to give out candy, making it easy for the family dog or cat to sneak out. Pumpkins can pose a couple of problems too. Ingesting uncooked, potentially moldy pumpkin can cause some major stomach issues for your pet. And keep pumpkins with lit candles away from pets so they don't get scorched or knock it over and potentially start a fire. And finally, even though you think it's super cute and it makes for a great Instagram photo, don't stress your pet out by dressing them up in a costume, unless you know it won't annoy them or restrict their movement. Okay, let's go to our friend Headcrack now at Dish Nation. He has the hottest celebrity news. So Headcrack, Meghan Markle didn't just catch the public by surprise when she announced her pregnancy.
That's right, Kristen. Fans weren't the only ones who were caught off guard when Prince Harry and Meghan announced that they're expecting their first child. Meghan's friends were too. A source says her friends knew she was trying and she wasn't going to wait long because she's older, but everyone was surprised it happened so quickly. Well, if I married into a royal family, I wouldn't wait too long to get a baby either. Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Baldwin are all smiles after sources say he's not quite over Selena Gomez. As you may have heard, Selena reportedly suffered a mental breakdown and recently checked into treatment. As for how Justin has reacted to her struggles, a source said it's hard for him to hear that she isn't doing well. We wish Selena a speedy recovery, but just remember, Justin, it's probably too late now to say sorry. And finally, Meek Mill's been on a winning streak lately. He's a free man and he no longer has beef with Drake, and now he's won a $50,000 bet. Meek was hanging out with the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, Michael Rubin, and the two decided to place a little bet. When I say little, I'm talking 50K little. Now, according to Meek, all he had to do was make an over-the-shoulder half-court heave. And of course, he eventually made it and won 50K. Man, all my friends just won bet $5. Anyway, that's today's dish. Until next time, we'll holla.
What an amazing shot. Headcrack, thank you. For the latest celebrity news, watch Dish Nation weekdays. Check your local listings. Okay, moving right along, there's concern in the Philadelphia area that a pest problem from over the summer could actually pose a threat to Christmas trees this holiday season. And Mike Derrick from Fox 29 in Philly joins us now with more. Hi, Mike.
Kristen, this has been really bad. Let's put up a picture of the spotted lantern fly. Look how pretty it is, especially when the wings out, it's all colorful. It's really bad. Somehow they were shipped over from Asia, landed here in Pennsylvania, eating our trees, destroying property. They're everywhere. They're all over the trees, all over the yards. It's really causing a reduction in property values. They also have been eating Christmas trees at Christmas tree lots. So what do? I'll tell you what the experts say. You might be okay if you don't take it into your house.
We're not noticing that they are feeding on Christmas trees, but they could potentially be laying eggs on them.
These nasty pests mostly eat fruit trees and hardwood trees, but they have been seen on Christmas trees, but apparently they don't like the taste, like the wood's too soft. So if you get a Christmas tree, you got to examine it, just like you'd go through your hair looking for lice or something like that. But if you do see one in there, they're probably going to die, experts say, inside of your home within hours.
Oh, no. Well, definitely hoping for the best. Thanks, Mike. Some more headlines for you. Dunkin' Donuts has created a tiny house fueled entirely by, you guessed it, coffee. The power comes from a biofuel blend derived from used Dunkin' coffee grounds. They listed the cozy Massachusetts home on Airbnb for 10 days, and it's already booked solid. It includes a working kitchen, a jacuzzi tub, and of course, a coffee maker. And a new lip sync challenge is underway to help teachers get through the daunting task of grading papers. Academy founder Ron Clark started the trend with this one. Ron used the hashtag Grading Papers Challenge, and teachers from all over the country have been joining in on the fun. And finally, Boston Dynamics created this robot that can dance, and it's got some pretty smooth moves.
I'm too hot, hot dance.
And my man bowed down, money breaking down.
Girls hit you, hallelujah.
Gives a totally new meaning to doing the robot. And still ahead, Lady Gaga is officially off the market. And we'll tell you what people are buying this holiday season. Don't go anywhere. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's the question of the season. Have you gotten your flu shot yet? It's a valid question given last year's flu season, which ended in a record-breaking 900,000 hospitalizations and more than 80,000 deaths. Sadly, the state of Florida has just reported its first flu-related death of this flu season. Florida health officials say the pediatric death occurred in an unvaccinated child with no known underlying medical conditions. The child tested positive for influenza B at a local healthcare provider. Florida officials reported 2 new outbreaks in schools and camps. The majority of counties in Florida reported mild or no activity during the first week of flu season. People at the highest risk for the flu include young children, pregnant women, adults ages 65 and older, and people with other medical complications. State and federal officials are insisting everyone get their flu vaccination to fight against an unpredictable season. Symptoms of the flu include fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, body aches, fatigue, and vomiting or diarrhea. If you think you may have the flu, see your local healthcare provider immediately. Well, it's not easy to overshadow a Beatle, but one New Orleans library worker may have done it. Mike Marina is one of 3 people featured in the video for Sir Paul McCartney's latest single, Come On To Me, and he really is stealing the show.
Come on to me, and I'll come on to you. If you come on to me, then I'll come on to you.
The video marks an acting debut for the classically trained chef, who also performs as part of the 610 Stompers, New Orleans all-male dance crew. Producers discovered Marina after seeing a Facebook video of a cruise ship lip-syncing battle in which he rocks out to Whitesnake's Here I Go Again while donning a blonde wig. Kind of like Clark Kent, Marina arrived to his audition wearing glasses, but when he took them off, the video's director knew he had found his man, saying his face radiated awesomeness. While no one may be able to top Marina's infectious moves, fans are being invited to record their own version of the video using the hashtag #COTMChallenge. All right, on a more serious note, this past summer, Harvey Weinstein was indicted on 6 criminal sexual assault charges. Now, the second of 4 prosecutors in his case has left the DA's office. With more, we're joined by Law and Crime Network host Jesse Weber. So, Jesse, always good to see you. What are you hearing?
You know, usually when someone leaves the DA's office or leaves a legal team, it's not that big of a notice. But here, the timing of it is really suspicious because this is the second part of the Harvey Weinstein prosecution team to leave. And this is among allegations that there was the lead investigator in the NYPD who maybe hid information about what Lucia Evans really happened between her and Harvey Weinstein. You'll remember that count was recently dropped among all these allegations that she might have made up her story, that it was actually a consensual act between the two of them. And even more alarming than that is that there's an allegation that he told this witness who was going to contradict the testimony of Lucia Evans, less is more. Maybe don't give up so much more information. That is a huge blow to the prosecution's case moving forward. So it's questionable, why would someone from the prosecution team mysteriously leave at this point? People out there are obviously skeptical.
Wow, so does Weinstein's defense team plan to do anything with this information?
Oh, they're exploiting it, and rightfully so, as his defense attorney. They're saying that this whole investigation was tainted, all because of the seemingly wrongful actions of this lead investigator from the NYPD. And the fact that one of these counts was dropped was a huge win for the Weinstein team. But I don't think it's going to be necessarily enough to dismiss the whole case, but it's definitely an advantage for them, and it gives you an indication where there are other aspects of the investigation that maybe were tainted. I mean, we are talking about 2 other women, 2 other events, but again, this was a separate incident. We're just going to have to see which way it folds.
Well, Jesse, as always, thank you for your insight. For more on this case and others 24/7, head to lawandcrime.com. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 7 Austin, technology that is better known for screening passengers at airports is now being used in a way you wouldn't quite expect. A website called Finding Rover is giving pet owners access to the latest facial recognition technology in order to track down their lost pet. By simply uploading a picture of a lost pet to the Finding Rover database, the 117 shelters throughout Texas that use the software are given a list of possible matches and links to their owners' profile. The app hopes to make the nightmare of losing a furry friend a thing of the past. In our next story from Fox 4 Dallas, when he was just 7 years old, Misael Rico was hit by a car on his way to school, with injuries that forced him to learn how to walk and talk again. Now at 14 years old, Misael is shining a light on the importance of tougher distracted driving laws by taking part in an international Walk to School Day event. In our final story from Fox 10 Phoenix, with Halloween just weeks away, one 8-year-old boy in Phoenix already knows exactly what he's going to be. Chase Galloway has cerebral palsy, and although his condition is challenging at times, he's more than excited to dress up like his favorite superhero, his big brother, Cody, who's a Phoenix police officer.
Law enforcement, it's a tough gig, but I enjoy it a lot, and it's cool to see my family support me and Chase want to dress up as a cop.
Such a great story showing that no matter what challenges you face, you can always honor your heroes. Well, if you're looking for an easier way to cook, today's Top 30 Steal is for you. We have a sous vide power precision cooker at a special 61% discount. Anyone can cook like a pro with this. It makes restaurant quality meals at the touch of a button. You get a lot more flavor for a lot less hassle. It has a digital time display and precise temperature control for even cooking, and it fits on any pot in your kitchen. Plus, you get a free cookbook and a meat rack. The sous vide power precision cooker retails for $100. But today you can buy it for just $39. That's a 61% discount. You can get this right now at morningsave.com while they last, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. Okay, let's face it, a lot of us wish we could be earning more money. But in America, most people don't like to discuss their salaries with others, which can make it hard to know whether you're earning what you should be. Well, here are some numbers. According to data from the Social Security Administration, the average U.S. worker earns roughly $46,641. So how could you boost your salary and reach your financial goals? Experts say you should research your specific industry to see what people with your job title typically earn. Also, don't be afraid to ask for a raise. The worst they can say is no. Third, improve your skills. The more you know about your trade, the more valuable of an employee you are. Fourth, if it makes sense strategically, look for another job. If you want a pretty big salary boost, a new job is often the quickest way to get there. And fifth, if all else fails and you still need more money, get a side hustle. It's a good way to put some extra cash in your pocket. Follow these tips and hopefully your bank account gets a little fatter. And now let's go to Brody Brown in New York City with our Us Weekly headlines. So Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan's split was such a bummer. And now they're both already dating other people. So Brody, what do you know?
That's right, Kristen. Channing Tatum is dating singer Jessie J. Now, Channing and Jessie J, who looks more than a little like Jenna, if you ask me, have been meeting up for dates while Jessie has been on the road. But don't shed any tears for Jenna. A source tells us that she's moved on and dating someone new too, though our insider says her fella is not a celebrity. And Lady Gaga confirmed her engagement when she finally publicly referred to her manager, Christian Carino, as her fiancé in an acceptance speech. Our insider told us that Christian had proposed to Gaga after asking for her dad, Joe's blessing, because underneath the masks and the meat dresses, she's a traditional Italian gal at heart, apparently.
I am so happy for her. And Brody, it sounds like Kim Kardashian's ex-husband is happy he got out when he did.
You could put it that way. A source exclusively told us that Chris Humphries is now enjoying the single life in Minnesota. Our insider adds that Chris is working in real estate and tries to stay as far out of the spotlight as possible, which is a very stark contrast from the very public marriage Kim and current husband Kanye West appear to enjoy. Our source also insists Chris actually had real, genuine feelings for Kim, but that he truly wants zero association from her now, and that their marriage is like a distant memory.
Okay, thanks for the scoop, Brody. We'll see you next week. For more celebrity news, check out usmagazine.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the holidays are among us, and that usually means shopping, which can be soothing or stressful for some. But this year, we are looking at Americans doing something a little different for the holidays, and that's treating themselves. It may sound crazy, but a study by the KIPP Network shows that retailers tend to focus on the gift-giving side, but forget that people typically carve out some of their budget to treat themselves. Apparel represents the most popular area in which people treat themselves, according to KIPP. This includes holiday-specific clothing and winter clothes. Another find was that convenience absolutely rules in holiday shopping. It's all about what makes the experience easiest. Since the number of e-commerce shopping is growing 5 times faster than in-store shopping, mobile and at-home shopping is an experience that retailers just can't ignore. With the holidays almost here, it's really your choice, e-commerce or the old brick and mortar. And it's official, recreational marijuana is now legal in Canada. The country celebrated the historic day, and filmmaker Kevin Smith might have said it best, tweeting out, "You're now America's cool older cousin who can get us weed." The legalization is Prime Minister Justin Trudeau making good on a campaign pledge to keep marijuana away from underage users and curb weed-related crime. And with the legalization comes what are being dubbed pot pardons. The federal government announced they will issue pardons to those with simple possession charges. Those cases with possession of 30 grams or less will be pardoned, although there will not be record expungements or amnesty. The pardons will not be issued immediately, and several options are being explored to expedite them, such as an application-based approach. It's estimated there are hundreds of thousands of Canadians carrying a personal possession charge for marijuana. Stay with us. We have more Top 30 coming up. Welcome back. Dating today has become so digital. There are many dating apps out there, but one app in particular is looking to try something new to increase compatibility. The dating app Hinge just launched a new feature called We Met. The We Met feature will ask users after they shared their phone numbers if they went on a date. If so, would they want to see that person again? Although users are asked to rate their matches this way, the app says it will be used to improve matches. Hinge CEO Justin McCloud says that if you went on a date and you thought they were great, that means the app has gotten very close to your type, and they can show you other people like that person. The new tool helps the app understand what's happening off the app, like is this person behaving badly, being rude and disrespectful, standing you up, or even drinking too much. The app says its main goal is creating an environment for people looking for long-term love. And that's it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. Car seats help keep kids safe, but upgrading can be pricey. We'll have some tips. Plus, a ranking of the country's best pizza sparks a national debate. And when this woman had to cancel her wedding, she turned it into good news. You can also listen to today's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.